Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today is a follow-up video on my video where I talked about the Royal Pop, Royal Flop, Royal Flush, Royal Joke, whatever you want to call it is fine. But we also have to call it for what it is, a massive sales success. And congrats to them. Nobody wants to see a business fail, and I hope they're around 100 years. But for me, the watch was a fail on many levels. The idea of creating a pocket watch, or an accessory watch, or some bougie handbag watch didn't appeal to me. How this has spurred everyone with a 3D printer to try and cash in by making wrist cases. Like it's the next iPhone case. Everyone's trying to cash in, regardless of quality. Turning this into a straight up money grab. Not to mention the riot squads. Bioceramic, a manual wind System 51 movement, colors that Flavor Flav wouldn't put around his neck but Cyndi Lauper would weave into her hair. Nope, nope, and nope. Instead, in this video, I'm going to show you what I think are better options. These are options that I own and bought with my own money. I've got a polycarbonate option and stainless steel options. And there's no lanyards here or third-party arts and crafts wrist options. These feature integrated bracelets. There are 2 quartz and there are 2 Japanese automatic movements. 2 I bought from AliExpress and 2 I bought from Amazon. However, if you're Team AliExpress, you could find these watches there for less, but shipping could take a while. If you're Team Amazon, you could find all of these watches for a little bit more money, but delivery could be as quick as same day and returns are easy. So there are pros and cons, and I bought from both. All 4 watches are fun to wear, and all 4 of these watches combined could cost you about the same price as one pop. I'll leave affiliate links to these watches from both Amazon and AliExpress in the description. So let's start with the 2 from Amazon. These go by many names, lots of brands to choose from, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say they probably all come from the same factory. I purchased this Fanmis label and they seem to be good. I'm not saying mine is better or worse than the others because I don't know, but this brand has served me well so far. This is a copy of the D1 Milano Sketch that sells for $195. I bought a white D1 Milano too. I gifted it to my son. Having this and the D1 Milano, I could say with 100% confidence that you should get this and pocket the extra $180 the D1 will cost you. Learn from my mistake. You'll see an info card on your screen taking you to a short I did some time ago with the white D1 Milano and this black Fanmis side by side. I'll also leave a link in the description. Dimensions are 40mm across, an integrated bracelet that tapers down to 18mm at the double push button butterfly clasp, and it's just 11mm thick. The weight, sized to my 7.5-inch wrist, is a wrist snapping 49 grams. Water resistance is an embarrassing 30 meters. On second thought, the Royal Pop has a water resistance rating of just 20 meters. So this watch's water resistance rating is 50% greater than the Royal Pop. I take it back. This is a tool watch compared to the Pop. You can see the ticking seconds hand that it's running a quartz movement, which is okay in a $20 watch. Not to mention it's probably more accurate than a lot of mechanical movements. The black is an exact reverse of the white. I forget if it was the black or the white that I bought, but I needed something from Amazon and I needed to spend $25 for same-day delivery. I think I was buying some watch batteries for 10 bucks. Okay, what else do I need so I could hit that $25 mark? Well, this watch at that time was $22. I added it to my cart and it was at my door in hours. Well played, Amazon. The case back is held with 4 tiny screws. Should make battery replacements easy when I need to. As for lume, let's not get crazy. This is a $20 watch. The $400 Royal Pop definitely wins the lume battle. On wrist, you'll forget that you're even wearing a watch. So for $20, less on AliExpress, you have what I believe is a better alternative to the Royal Pop. It's fun, it's lightweight, and it goes on your wrist without having to buy an accessory for your accessory. Now, if you're looking for something more substantial, something traditional, a watch that feels like a watch and not a toy, an automatic movement encased in 316L stainless steel and protected by a sapphire crystal, then this Cadisen C8193 might be right for you. This gives you AP Oak vibes, but it is not a copy. The Fanmis is a copy of the D1 Milano. This Cadisen isn't a copy, it's an homage. Why? Because at first glance you say oak, no doubt about it, but a closer look shows how different it is. First is the bezel. Yes, it has those iconic screws, but this is a 12-sided bezel, and we know the AP is 8. The second glaring difference is the integrated bracelet. This is a great bracelet with great articulation, and it doesn't yank any hair. And it's comfortable as it tapers down to 18 millimeters at the double push button butterfly clasp. But it looks nothing like the bracelet on an AP. The dial shares this similar waffle pattern, but the green dial on this watch immediately transitions to black once it hits those indices. Looking at it up close, I wouldn't even call this gradient. It kind of makes the dial look smaller and therefore the case smaller than the 42 millimeter that it is. And here next to the gray meteorite, same dimensions, but the gray looks bigger, or the green looks smaller, however you want to look at it. Finishing out the specs, the Cadisen is 12 millimeters thick, and size to my wrist, it weighs 170 grams. A screw-down crown and a screw-down exhibition case back gives this watch 100 meters of water resistance. Another way of putting it is the water resistance on this Cadisen is 5 times greater than the pop. And as you look through the back, you could see a workhorse Japanese movement. This 3-year-old Cadisen is running an NH35, and my new one here is running a Miyota 8215. With a shortage of NH35 movements, Cadisen pivoted to an 8215, and it's a wise choice. There is rotor noise when I hold the Miyota up to my ear, but there's none on wrist and no wobble either given the weight of the watch. And the wrist presence you get from these watches are awesome. Very well balanced and comfortable. The vertical brushing of this watch gives it less of a dress feel and more of an industrial look. And what's really nice is just how there's just a few touches of polishing here around the bezel and the 4 corners of the lugs, just to give you a subtle flash of brilliance when the light catches it. We really should not be getting this much watch in a $100 price range. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed me poking fun at the expense of one of the holy trinities of horology. And if you did, please take a second to like, hype, subscribe, comment, thank, share. Whatever you can do to support the channel would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget, I'll leave links to both Amazon and AliExpress where you could find more information, and feel free to explore other quality watches you could find there. Also keep in mind, these are affiliate links. I may receive a commission, but it won't cost you any more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.